Hola YouTube, Capital G. I told you guys that I would make a market watch video when something big happened like a YCS or something like ignition priority being removed from the game. Obviously that's going to change the tier of decks in the meta, which obviously makes card prices fluctuate, and I'm here to talk about that. This is just going to be about some key cards maybe you should consider picking up or stocking up on, or potentially trying to sell or holding on to, because I think the prices are going to vary greatly like over the next 2 weeks. First off, bottomless trap hole, probably in the top 5 most talked about cards that will be affected by ignition priority being removed from the game. And I will say I've been testing. I'm on this bottomless trap hole wagon, and I'm going to ride this bitch until the wheels fall off. This card is absolutely amazing right now. For the most part, I don't really understand why anybody wouldn't be running at least one copy of it. Heavy Storm still does exist, but it covers so much ground. The only thing I'm scared of when I have bottomless set is that my opponent is going to go Dragonfly. But even if they do, I mean, if they summon a Centipede off, I can bottomless the Centipede, so you only get, you know, the +1. But anyways, yeah, this card covers a lot more ground than it used to. I thought that before priority ignition removal, I thought this card was actually pretty mediocre in the format. I would have much rather ran things like evac device. But now you can get rid of BLS, you can get rid of Red Eyes Metal Darkness, you can get rid of JD, you can get rid of Chaos Sorcerer. None of those monsters will get their effects. You don't have to worry about, you know, them getting any additional bonus. And it's just, I mean, it covers from the level 4, 18, and 1900 monsters to big boss monsters. And since boss monsters don't have any priority anymore, you know, when your opponent drops that on you, you don't have to worry about, you know, them blowing up something and then targeting another card. You know what I mean? So bottomless is definitely going to see a lot of play. I'm starting to see copies, like common copies, go for like $5, and gold copies are starting to go for like almost $20 on eBay. I even saw some of the super rares going for like $95 a piece. So if you've got super rare bottomless, or if you've got gold bottomless, hold on to them. The supers obviously are hard to get, but if you've got a bunch of gold ones, you know what I mean, you might want to wait a week and then dump them, or you know what, dump them at Chicago. You probably make a lot of money. Next up, Rescue Rabbit. Oh, how the mighty have fallen. I sensed it in my heart after I got that Topwood Rabbit. Something bad was about to happen to the deck. Granted, it won a couple of YCS. It won some YCSs afterwards. But even at that regional, I was like, I'm done with this deck, you know, after today, because I feel like they're going to remove priority before nationals, and it happened. I'm starting to see rabbits already at $40 on eBay, which is odd because a lot of people were talking about this being a $90 card. Right after it won Dallas, people were like, you know, was it possible for Rabbit to go up? Yeah, because it just keeps on winning events. Now, you know, you've got so many different cards that can hit Rescue Rabbit, not just the card, but the deck. Now the deck has taken a severe hit. We have to see how it's going to do at Chicago, but we now know that the two biggest plays in the deck, the Levier Rabbit play and just the Rabbit itself, is now susceptible to so many more cards. Book of Moon, Evac Device, Chain Disappearance, Effect Veiler. If they're going first turn 1, you can Veiler the Rabbit. They won't get any effect. They can banish it as a cost, but they still won't get any effect. So I think that just the initial shock has caused this card to plummet. You know, you're talking about a card that was $75 easily all day on eBay like 2 days ago. Now it's like $40. So, I mean, you lost almost half your value right there. So definitely, unless Rabbit has a big performance, you could be looking at a $30 card here. Effect Veiler. I actually just picked up a playset of the Order of Chaos Special Edition ones. Oddly enough, I bought them from Dragon Duelist Girl on eBay. That's pretty odd, right? But anyways, so when this was first shown as the Order of Chaos Special Edition, people were selling these babies for $5 a pop. And you know, there were like, the market was flooded with them. It's all about supply and demand, and there wasn't a lot of demand for it because everybody was playing Max C, but there was a huge amount of supply. Some were even going for like 3 for $12 and stuff like that. You're now seeing this card already going for about 3 for $20, so it's looking at like a $7 card. That's just for the super rare versions. I've seen ultras going for like $35 now. So this is a card where I think that even though there's a great supply out there with Order of Chaos Special Edition, I think still in circulation, the demand for this card is going to be so high. Like, even if you're not playing 3 Effect Veiler, which, you know, me personally, I'm not. I just want to have the card. So if I switch up decks, I can still have it. The demand for this is going to be greater than the supply, in my opinion. Like, the supply is going to dry up. but this priority thing is going to affect our game like forever. Like, this is as big as Exceeds or Synchros being announced or being introduced into the game. That's the priority ruling is that big. So this is something where this is going to affect us for years, guys, years. So while the effect Valor pool may eventually dry up, the need for hand traps that negate, you know, effects like that, I don't think it will dry up. Not for a while anyway. Not maybe at least like a year or so. Chain Disappearance. This is a card that I had, you know, a few copies of them, and I considered selling them because it really wasn't that good. Only worked on a couple of decks, but man, with no priority, this card just got flat out amazing. Do you realize that you can now Chain Disappearance a Rescue Rabbit? I mean, how amazing is that? And then you remove all the rabbits out of their deck, and they basically can't win. It's like only way for them to make their monsters is like to slow summon them, and that shit does not cut it. In addition, this still hits Tour Guide. So against Dino Rabbit, this hits a lot of cards. Against Insectors, obviously, you can hit Dragonfly, you can hit Hornet if for some reason they summon that. Here's what a lot of people haven't realized. You can hit Card D off this. Yeah. So Chain Disappearance is looking damn good right now. I mean, you hit stuff like Battle Fader, Treeborn Fog, all the random things that people still might play. This card is really looking good right now. I've seen super rares going for like $40. And even the rares, even the regular rares from like Invasion of Chaos, and I think it came out in another set. What was it, Turbo Pack 6, I think this says on the screen. Those are going for like $12 a pop, and that's just like one day after. So, you know, this could become a $15 rare. And my last card, Card D. I know I just made a video about this a couple of days ago. I was talking about this should be probably, you know, a $100 card. You've got $100 pre-sales on eBay right now. Some people were saying that this could be $150. I'm going to stop everybody right there. I don't really think that this card should be over, I'm going to say $60 anymore. Because, and I think that's not because of how amazing it is. It's an amazing card, don't get me wrong. But priority being stripped hurts this card a huge amount. One of the biggest benefits with Card D was the fact that you really couldn't counter it unless you had Solemn Warning. Like there really wasn't anything you could do. It was too fast for, you know, books or evacs or anything. But now it's like it's acceptable to everything now. I mean, you can just freaking trap hole it. You can trap hole it. I mean, you can Chain Disappearance it. Which if let's say someone's playing in Sectors, which this card is already good against because it removes the Dragonfly and the Hornet. Now you can Chain D this, and you can remove all of those in the deck. If you're playing against something like Heretics, you can Chain D this, you can Chain D the dragon that they bring out, or the dragons they bring out that have 0 attack and defense. So in my opinion, this card just got a lot worse. You know, I'm not saying it's still not an amazing card, but it's just not as good as it was before. It's just the fact that this card is susceptible to a lot more ways to answer it than it was before. Let me know what you guys think about this video. Let me know if you see any card prices trending, because as always, I mean, feel free not to just talk about the cards that I listed, but talk about other cards that I may have missed, because, you know, I like additional information too. Thank you for watching as always, and see you guys at Chicago.